Hola, buenos dias. Today we are going to be talking about direct object pronouns. Just because I don't like saying direct object pronouns 50 gajillion times, I'm going to abbreviate it to DOP. Okay, so if you're ever unsure what I mean by DOP, I mean direct object pronoun. Okay, alrighty. So before we talk about what a direct object pronoun is, we kind of have to have an English grammar lesson. And so let's talk about what a direct object is, a direct object noun. A direct object receives the action of the verb. So what that means is it answers the question who or what about the verb. So who or what is being verbed by the subject. So your direct object and your subject are going to be two different things or different people. Okay, so for example, I eat French fries. Who or what am I eating? French fries. So my direct object would be the French fries. I help her. Who or what is being helped? Her. Okay. They tell the truth. Who or what are they telling? The truth. Okay. So on your notes section, on your notes page, you have some sentences in English, and I want you to go through and identify what the direct object is. Okay. So what is, okay. So go through and figure out what is being verbed. Who or what is being verbed. So for example, this one, I have to buy the paper. Who or what do I have to buy? The paper. So that would be my direct object. Okay. Hit pause on the video, go through, identify your direct objects, and then hit play. All right. Number 2, they have a lot of homework. What do they have a lot of? Homework. We eat apples for lunch. Who or what are we eating? Apples. So lunch is not our direct object here because we're not necessarily eating lunch. That for lunch is just additional information because I could leave out for lunch and my sentence would still make sense. We eat apples. They helped him. Who or what did they help? Him. Are you reading a book? Who or what are you reading? A book. Okay, y'all drink water. Who or what are you drinking? Water. Okay. A couple more. They paid the bill. Who or what did they pay? Bill. We bought the earrings. Who or what did we buy? Earrings. I took out the trash. Who or what did I take out? Trash. Look at me. Who or what are you looking at? Me. Okay. So now let's talk about a direct object pronoun. A direct object pronoun takes the place of a direct object noun. Okay, and this keeps us from being repetitive. It's usually translated into English, or in English, it usually comes across as it or them. Okay, so if I look at one of my other examples, like I took out the trash, if I don't want to say the trash, the trash, the trash, or the trash, I might tell my mom, like if she says, hey, did you take out the trash? Yeah, I took it out. Okay, rather than having to say, yes, I took out the trash. Okay, so for example, don't do it now, do it later. And before you use a direct object pronoun, you will have established in your conversation or in your sentences, in your writing, what we're talking about. Okay, eat them. We are selling it. Okay. Sometimes our direct object pronouns will translate as me, you, us, him, or her. Okay. Tell me. I will call you. Who will I call? You. Will you help us? I take her to the movies. Ask him. Okay, so sometimes your direct objects pronouns are going to be people, or sometimes your direct objects are going to be people, sometimes they're going to be things. Okay, so let's talk about direct object pronouns in Spanish. Okay, so we have me is me, que is you. Lo can either be translated as it if it's taking the place of an object that is masculine, or it can mean him if we're talking about a male person. La is the direct object pronoun used for if it is a feminine singular thing, or it is a singular female, woman. Okay. Nos is us. Vosotros, if it's like helping you all, I am helping y'all, I would use os. For them, if it is a mixed group of people, I would use los. If it is a a plural masculine item, I would use los. If it is a group of all girls, like I'm helping them and I'm talking about all girls, I would use las. I would also use las as my direct object pronoun if I'm talking about like apples, las manzanas. Okay. The los, las, and la all match the definite article of the thing that they're describing, of the thing that they're taking the place of. The only one that's different is the lo. Okay. So it for masculine object, la for feminine object, los for masculine objects, las for feminine objects. Okay, so that by itself is fairly simple. But what tricks people up is the sentence order in Spanish is not the same as the sentence order in English. And this is kind of where it throws people off. Okay, when you have one verb, your direct object pronoun is placed directly before the conjugated verb. Let me add the word conjugated in here. Directly before the conjugated verb. Okay? That is the place that it can always go. You can always put your direct object pronoun directly before the conjugated verb. Even if the sentence is negative, like I did not take it out, I'm going to put it in between the no and the verb. Okay, so it's going to be like no, lo, sake, or la, sake, if I'm talking about the trash. Okay, so directly before the conjugated verb. So if I am looking at this sentence, anoche nosotros compramos los aretes. Last night we bought the earrings. And if I don't want to say the earrings, if I don't want to say like, oh, last night we bought the earrings. Last night we bought the earrings at JCPenney. Last night we bought the earrings for my mom. And if I don't want to say the earrings again, I'm going to replace it with them. Okay, so my direct object in Spanish is los aretes, which are masculine and plural. So the DOP that I'm going to use is los. So I'm going to take out this whole part of my sentence. Okay, and I'm going to put the DOP, which we decided was los, and I'm going to move it directly before the conjugated verb. Anoche nosotros los compramos. Last night we bought them. Okay, let's look at another example. Andrés hace la tarea todas las noches. Andrés does homework every night. So what is our direct object here? Who or what is Andrés doing every night? La tarea, okay, which is feminine and singular. So the direct object pronoun that I'm going to use is la, and I'm going to put it directly before the conjugated verb. So I'm going to take out this whole section, okay? So Andrés la hace todas las noches. Andrés does it every night. Okay? Let's see what comes next. Okay, so let's figure out what our direct object is in the sentence and then rewrite that sentence using a direct object pronoun. So, for example, yo compro el papel. I buy paper. Okay? What is my direct object going to be? Oh, sorry. Direct object is paper, el papel. Direct object the DOP that I'm going to use to replace it, since it is masculine and singular, is lo. I'm going to put that lo directly before the compro. So yo lo compro. I buy it. Okay, let's look at another one. Ellos tienen la tarea. Who or what do they have? La tarea. It's feminine and singular. So I'm going to replace this with la, and I'm going to move it here. Ellos la tienen. Okay, let's do one more example, and then I'll have you do the rest on your own. Nosotros comemos las manzanas en el almuerzo. Who or what are we eating? Las manzanas. Okay, it's not for lunch. In lunch, okay. That's extra detail. So I'm going to replace las manzanas with las, and I'm going to move the las here. Nosotros las comemos en el almuerzo. Okay, do the next few on your own. Hit pause when you're ready to check your answers. Hit play. Okay, number 1. Ellos ayudan a él. Ellos lo ayudan. They help him. ¿Lees el libro? ¿Lo lees? Are you reading it? Okay. ¿Vosotros bebéis agua? Y'all drink water? Vosotros la bebéis. Y'all drink it. Okay, and agua is feminine. La agua. Or it's el agua because la agua sounds awkward. Okay, let's look at a couple more. Compré los zapatos. I bought the shoes. Becomes los compré. I bought them. ¿Tienes el vestido verde? This one, it's this whole phrase that you're replacing. Okay? So, el becomes lo. Lo tienes? Do you have it? Escribo el cuento. Lo escribo. I write it. Mamá recibe el dinero. Mi mamá lo recibe. She receives it. Las mujeres llevan las faldas nuevas. So, las faldas nuevas. Again, it's this whole phrase. Okay? Las mujeres las llevan. The women are wearing them. Las amigas compraron aretes nuevos. Los. Las amigas los compraron. The friends bought them. Llevo los dos abrigos. I wear the two coats. So this one, again, it's this whole phrase. Yo los llevo. Okay, so that is what a DOP looks like with one verb. But we do two verb sentence construction. We have compound verbs sometimes. When you have two verbs, such as like I am going to wash them or I am washing them. So either the future with your ir-a infinitive or your ing form, your estar with your ando or yendo form. Your DOP can either go directly before the conjugated verb or you can attach it to the end of the infinitive or the ando or yendo form. Okay? If you add it to the ando or yendo form, you do have to add an accent mark to the second to last syllable of the verb. So that would be either the A in ando or the E in yendo. If it confuses you about when you can do one, when you can put it before the verb versus when you can put it after the verb, it is always correct to put it directly before the conjugated verb. That is never wrong. Okay, I'm going to buy it. Lo voy a comprar. I am going to buy it. Or voy a comprarlo. I'm going to buy it. Okay? A lot of people tend to like this form better because it is more common to it's worded in the same order as it is in English. But you can only do that when you have an infinitive or the ando or yendo form. Okay, I am buying it, like I'm in the process of it. I can say, lo estoy comprando. I am buying it, or estoy comprándolo. And when it is comprándolo, I have to add an accent mark here. Okay, I'm going to run out of time on my video, so I'm going to stop here, and then I'm going to make a second video, and I want you to, down below, real quick. It cannot go between two verbs ever, ever, ever. Anytime you have ir-a with an infinitive, or you have two verbs, you can never separate that verb phrase, okay? So you can't ever put your direct object pronoun or any type of pronoun that you're going to come across. It can never, ever go in between two verbs. So it always has to go directly before the conjugated one or attached to the second one. Okay, my time is going to end on this video. I'm going to make a second one. So when you're done here, watch the next one. And I think I start off, yes, rewrite each sentence using a DOP and write it two ways. So write it with your DOP before the conjugated verb and attached to the second verb. And then I will start off the next video with the answers to this part. All right, adios.